being invincible, being fast. Very, very good option into, into Steve, and also very, very threatening when Steve's in the corners. He's going to need to, place his line guards and play just his defensive option very, very well. Steve will die to these back airs come high percent.
Unfortunately, Chase lost his match, so this would be one that he would love to watch, but might have to chill for a second. I'm not trying to be on the ham, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, this is, I guess Chase just plays with everybody now. But does play a lot of Palo, played an amazing Steve, almost won that set against MKLeo. Pretty insane, honestly.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Is he calling it? Because I always think that the extra demon stuff for Chase. Is he calling out this character is why MKLeo don't play no more titles? I don't know, man, but Louis Money had a great game going into our top 16. Definitely squeezed that one out, and now has to go against another top player.
I'm just really liking how he's leveraging this grounded against Acola right now. I'm not sure about that auto run, but definitely just playing with his back here, just moving in and out, fading a lot of his approaches, and not making it super obvious what he's going for.
Kind of crazy too, right there. Not necessarily farming, even though he had the 4 walls up straight into it. Louis Money doesn't stand a chance on the first stock. Fires back though pretty quickly.
Oh my God!
Just out of nowhere, straight onto the ledge. He could have went in there, but
Beautiful
Louis says,
tomahawk.
"Oh, you thought that grab was fire?"
Superb tomahawk. Good dash attack as well. Acola looked like he was right there, so could have run beyond that dash attack and even up the stock.
To a piece, but here comes the ladder once again. Nah, we got the Nair plane, baby. Nair plane versus ladder combo. Special.
Absolutely, yeah. Catching that air dodge right there.
This is obviously the move that makes her so top tier.
Oh, we're
living.
Oh, he might be dead.
I thought
so
he had it so much earlier.
Yeah, no, very, very unfortunate. Just unfortunate SD right there. Got a little trip up on the box.
I really thought he could hit the up B with her, but might have been worried about the flames.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. It's a lot.
He was doing it though. He was moving. Lost that stock, but now has to take one from Cola pretty quickly here. Neutral air into the back air. Slim pickings for Cola there.
And Acola with absolutely no mats right there. So very, very good on Louis Money, capitalizing off that with that back air. Tying up again.
Nasty.
And there is. He's just having a field day with his landing options. Amazing job jumping Acola right now. Getting pretty much a lot of his damage from jungles. We'd love to see.
That's exactly what you want to see if you are Steve. But Louis Money holding on. I will say, we saw him take that 200 to 100 stock earlier. I feel like he's one of those players that knows the stakes and understands them as they're happening.
Absolutely. And it looks like light right there just for a second on the monitor, but I don't know how he got into that situation. He didn't rush on that block, but he made it there, and it looks like game 1 will be going to Mr. Acola.
Yeah, like I said, Louis Money just way to stick with it there, but finds him on top of that platform, gets him up out of there. Acola gonna have insane run tomorrow, I'm sure, and Louis Money the same, but it's all gonna start with doubles.
It looks like we're gonna be changing stage to small battlefield.
Not that many places to run and hide on this one. It seemed like maybe he was getting away with a little bit from the left and right side.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that is really, really good about this stage is it's smaller than the stadium, so Steve can't run for you as easily, but you still have space to kind of run away from minecart and reposition yourself. And look, actually taking a large quantity of damage right there on that first couple interactions, but it looks like he's taking it back a little bit, tying up the game at least percent-wise.
Oh, 177 jab, put him in exactly the amount he needs to be at. Love that. Oh, off the wall.
I like that. I like that freestyle.
That's some basketball right there.
Absolutely, I like that street ball.
Yeah, off the backboard, go catch it. Love that a lot.
Just caught him through the legs. Arm in the hoop.
Type B. Let's see what else he can do here. Because Steve can low-key make him the hoop. He just got to throw him off of that.
Ooh, see, okay, really good F-tilt right there. Catches on the neutral getter.
Tries to go a little bit low, but catches that ledge very quickly, snaps onto it, but snaps out of it. Finds himself in the blast zone. 122, and Louis Money's living. I will say I've watched a good amount of Louis Money, not an insane amount. It just seems like he lives to these percentages he should not be living to.
You know, Louis Money very, very disciplined and plays off stage and plays his landings. Very intelligent. Doesn't really force his way in. Leverages, you know, Palu's decent airspeed and Palu's teleport to kind of like get a tempo cancel onto the platform and then point to the ledge. Where he also, you know, plays defensively off the ledge really, really well. Very hard player to ledge try.
And I feel like Louis Money kind of mixing it up in this game as far as his aerials go. I mean, it can get stagnant for sure, but he's finding different ways to find it with all the different DI and SDI that Acola's throwing out from him.
No, absolutely. I think the biggest thing that Acola is really starting to kind of just get a hold of is like he's really taking a lot of these interactions as far as he can possibly take them. But a superb downer right there.
It's a dunk.
Yeah, it's a dunk.
Nah, he's playing street ball right now, trust. You can see it going between the legs, hot sauce, a little bit of Nutty Professor in there.
Oh, yeah. He's saucing right now.
That's what I'm saying.
He's definitely in his bag.
Back air not going to hit. The diamond does hit forever, though. He's going to land, though, 101. No Dalmatians, though, dogs him.
That
50%.
That back air is comically strong.
And he landed next to it like, yo, go for it, which is crazy. Like, you don't see it coming, but you do see it coming. It's happened to you 100 times.
Okay, I thought he was going to play some blocks right there, bro. Looks like he went further down there.
Yeah, the trump and then maybe give you some bricks. Bricks! Ooh! The drag down, looking for the drag down.
Yeah,
Not going to find it.
Up tilt perhaps.
I'd love to see him.
Back air? Yeah.
I was going to say I'd love to get the up smash, but that back air coming off the scoop on the ledge.
Got it, yeah, on that down tilt. So that Louis Money is going to take that all the way to the bank. Going to be putting us at 1-1.
And Louis Money clearly speaking Japanese here. Trying to figure out what map we're going to. Very cultured. One for Louis Money in the books there. Did Acola get one?
Yeah, it's 1-1.
Oh, it's 1-1?
It's 1-1. It's 1-1.
Town and City. I can't even say jet lag, bro. I've been here my whole life. That's crazy.
Town and City.
Town and City is the place to be. No, we got Acola 1, Louis Money 1.
Trying to get into the mind of Acola, you know, what makes it want to change the stage go for Town and City. Maybe he's looking for like a little bit more dynamic platform layouts.
Bro, run it down. How about that?
That was a lot of, that was a very interesting opening.
Oh, not going to get back to ledge just yet. Trying to throw some cart into the mix here. Just chop it. Dude, I know there's so many like little minor incremental things that Sakurai could have done to this character to make it just a little bit more balanced. But I wish that.
What do you mean, man? He's perfectly balanced.
I wish that the wood chopping would just be like 0.1%. Just something ridiculous to where.
Ridiculously, like, that'd be terrible.
No, but look at these hits are still doing 10, 15 damage here. Does get the Louis Money though. Weather in the storm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ooh, oh, look like the fast rush is not getting the follow right there, but definitely in the driver's seat right now. He's got, you know, a decent amount of a lead right now for him to build up and, you know, create a dub off of.
Absolutely.
That dash attack right there.
Really don't want. Yeah, there you go. Give him some more. He doesn't seem to be in his bag as much. There we go.
Dash grab right there.
Huge. I've never seen anybody block that. He goes for another one.
That's actually crazy.
It's so crazy that Acola thought, I'm going to just do it again.
Spot dodge again. I did not think that he would be able to spot dodge again after he was so quick out, but he expected that he would.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I mean, he's just chopping at him now. He's mining him like he was a brick. Brick of diamonds in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, good smash right there.
Crazy, like, random situation that he put himself into to where Louis Money just immediately was like, oh, my move does this. I'll just get him out of there.
You know, I think what is really benefiting acola right now on this stage is like this tri-platform layout makes it so much more difficult to actually like for Louis Money to like find these back airs.
We're going into a flat surface now. Louis Money says chill with all that. Don't tell him he's good under the platforms. He doesn't need to know that.
Definitely a lot easier to find a like a back air in the corner now, like when he's recovering, but like
He's gonna need to tack on some damage here.
It's a lot.
I was gonna say, when you tack on damage, you need to look for just a little bit of here and there.
Does not care about that auto run.
Here he goes.
You hear the Vegas crowd coming alive a little bit right now. Good dash attack catching these landings right now.
Ooh.
That was actually such a superb down smash. Just a little off center right there, but that was really cool.
That's gonna be acola 2-1, 2-1 in that scenario there. Louis Money living to these late percent, not so much in that game. It was kind of a mix-up. Acola threw him for there, but
exactly. Louis Money very durable, very durable. You know, especially against a character like Steve. You know, finding stocks where you can live even to like 130 is like that's a blessing. That's a blessing. That's a dub.
That lava stuff hit crazy.
Absolutely. But I missed the stage. Did they run it back?
We gonna see.
We're on Smash. Okay, so now this right here, you don't have a lot of space, you know, to really whip punish, but he doesn't have space to run through.
Wait, he just found out something. He said, wait, I just dissed you.
Dang. Yeah, I like that. Up there.
Bam.
Woo!
Crazy.
Yeah, that was a little bit too
crazy. No, go for it, bro. That was crazy, though.
Absolutely. That was such a crazy diverse right there. You know, take chase with the explosive flame, find it up there. That's really nasty. You know,
he just carried it, too. The way he slowly carried it from one side to the other. Pretty much a 0 to death. And now acola is not happy about that. You might have just woke him up. So you might have woke up the beast.
My fault. Nasty people grab right there.
He's staying. Once again, back into his bag. Acola gonna go ahead and get the anvil toss. Very cartoony, very demure. Boop, bop. Oh, I like that spot dodge. Giving some back of his own medicine there. Dash in. Needs to get into his bag once again. Finds him. No blocks for you. The mat's looking low. Doesn't know where to go. He's back throw. Oh no.
Talk to me.
Back to the ledge again though. Yup. Get him out of here. Got some farming to do. And don't stop me.
He might be dead. Ooh,
come on.
Recovery badge.
And get him out of there.
Recovery badge. Beautiful recovery right there. Yeah, I definitely that is nasty.
Ooh, this is kind of bad too because Louis Money was looking sick throughout this entire match.
Yeah, but I'm definitely vibing with this stage selection.
And you know the one and true word that we're looking for is diamond right now. And it's hitting like a brick.
Found that up there. Really convert this to as much percentage you can get right now.
Yeah, I like the mix up there too. He knew what he was going for. It goes low.
Okay, very, very interesting down tilt. You know, okay, that's also a very, very interesting option because the down tilt really
I mean, it was definitely interesting. I was vibing. Louis Money almost like
the down tilt avoids the
we were talking about how long he was living, how many shots he was taking throughout that, but man,
and acola just swinging.
He just started getting crazy, bro. Off the wall with it, throwing him out the bag. I started rapping, went wild.
Yeah, no, definitely an exciting and exhilarating set right there. I think, yeah, you know, it's just like that lack of durability in like those later games really start to get to him. He just could not survive nothing, like find as many of these openings. And I think the town pick was a really, really good stage selection because it was so hard for him to like find these back airs and really like capitalize off of people having less mats than he did in like the first game that Louis Money on a small battlefield because the platforms are there. So he can like get like an upbeat ledge cancel, he can just like jump onto the platform, and he can also place a block down. It's just so much more difficult.
Going through the block is broken too. We gotta talk to Sakurai about it. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how loud I am. I believe we have a video for you guys to watch. So make sure you take a look at the monitor, the screen. We'll be playing a hype little video for you. Make sure you check it out. My hair looking good, as always.
Yeah, I will say, I'm going to hop off. I'm feeling the itch watching these matches. I've got to play. So